Hola, muy buenas a todos jugones y jugonas, un saludo, ¿cómo estáis? Bienvenidos a mi canal, vuestro canal, bienvenidos a otro capítulo más de Deadly Premonition 2. Antes de continuar, por supuesto, pues agradeceros que estéis al otro lado de la pantalla, viendo este vídeo, viendo esta serie. Ya sabéis que si os gusta el contenido, solo tenéis que hacer clic en un like, suscribiros al canal y activar las notificaciones haciendo clic también en la campanita que tenéis justo al lado de la suscripción. Así estaréis al tanto de todos los vídeos que vaya subiendo al canal, por supuesto. Vale, estamos en la comisaría de Le Carré. Ya sabéis que por fin terminamos esa misión que nos encomendaba el oráculo, que fue la de, bueno, pues encontrar a la asesina de la muchacha que fue secuestrada. Estuvimos en la zona, en la escena del crimen, mejor dicho, y averiguamos que la asesina fue la madre. La madre que, bueno, yo no sé si es alguna especie de rito de magia vudú, no sé. El caso es que la asesinó para ascender, por así decirlo, hacerse un ser sobrenatural, un ser de otro mundo, por así decirlo. Y en el cual, en esa escena del crimen, vimos, mejor dicho, en plan holograma, a una mujer alta y elegante que estaba presenciando el asesinato. Tenemos que averiguar quién es. Se supone que es la profesora R, según nos dijo Patricia, la hija del sheriff. Entonces tenemos que ir a verla, que creo que está en el club de jazz. Pero antes, por supuesto, hacer la misión principal, que es ir a la habitación del hotel y repasar la información sobre el caso. De acuerdo, nada, voy a hablar primero con el sheriff, a ver si nos cuenta algo.
Hey there, Mr. York. Looking sharp as usual.
Melvin, ¿hay algo más que debas saber? ¿A qué se refiere? Desde el punto de vista del sheriff, ¿hay algo sobre el pueblo que quiere decirme? Pues, si me lo pregunta así de golpe, ni siquiera sé muy bien qué sabe y qué no. Me pone un aprieto. ¿Seguro que se le ocurre algo? Seguro que se le ocurre algo, mejor dicho. Pues a ver... claro. Ya lo tengo. Ni hecho aposta. Soy todo oídos. Una nube amarilla aterroriza al pueblo. Ya no hay escapatoria. Abejas asesinas. Madre mía, o sea, este también, el Melvin. Resulta que últimamente tenemos un pequeño problema con una colonia de abejas asesinas. Así que puse una recompensa en metálico para quien consiguiera solucionar el problema. Pero todo el mundo está demasiado asustado. Nadie se ha ofrecido voluntario. Y ahí es donde entra usted. ¿No le gustaría forrarse? Si acaba con ellas, la recompensa será toda suya. ¿Qué le parece? Es información de primera. Estoy seguro de que en este pueblo no aceptan tarjetas de crédito en casi ningún lado, Zack. No nos iría mal hacernos con un poco de dinero en metálico. Además, las abejas suelen estar muy arriba en los rankings de criaturas que más vidas se cobran al año. Son tan peligrosas como las medusas y los búfalos. Está claro, ¿verdad? Es un trabajo para el FBI, sin duda. Estará todo hecho, Melvin. Zack y yo aceptamos oficialmente esta peligrosa misión. ¿En serio? Genial, nos ayudará mucho. Ya verá cómo se hace de oro, señor Jock. Vale, pues tenemos una misión secundaria. Sí, es una misión secundaria que es pues acabar con ese enjambre de abejas. ¿Algo más?
Hey there, Mr. York.
Señor Joel, parece que la investigación de asesinato de Liz va viento en popa, ¿no? Sin embargo, no veo que el exterminio de las abejas asesinas haya avanzado. Bueno, si no tiene problema de dinero, voy a ser yo quien le fuerce. Deshágase de ellas y venga a decírmelo cuando tenga un rato libre. ¿O es que no quiere ser rico?
Hey there, Mr. York.
Ay, no,
Looking sharp.
No, le he dado sin querer. No, le he vuelto a dar sin querer. Ay, perdón. Vale, ya sí, las abejas asesinas. ¿Y esto qué es? Tablón. En el tablón que hay colgado de la oficina del sheriff podrá ver y aceptar recados. Los habitantes del pueblo a los que ayudes te darán las gracias con dinero y objetos. Cuando aparezca un recado nuevo, no dejes pasar la oportunidad. Nota, solo puedes aceptar 3 al mismo tiempo. Vale. Los penitentes en las ardillas no paran de poner nuestra casa patas arriba. Dales un escarmiento, por favor. Cazar ardillas. Las ardillas son las que nos roban, bueno, los objetos que tenemos guardados cada vez que pasamos por ahí. Las abejas siguen volando sus anchas por el pueblo hace algo antes de que ocurra una desgracia. Y el miedo encarnado. Por culpa de esas bestias ya no podemos ni salir de paseo con nuestro hijo. Haz algo, por favor. Familia Trenton. Cazar un perro rabioso. Eso es lo de arriba. Terror acuático. Ojos brillantes, dientes afilados, cuero escamoso. Un caimán tenía que ser. Encárgate de él. Cazar un caimán. Marisa. Guerra rural. Dificultad. Es una estrella la mayoría de ellas. Es una estrella, sí. Guerra rural, ten cuidado, las armas no les hacen nada si te ocurre alguna forma de acabar con ellos. Forrester, derribar un ovni en Memorial Oak. Y diversión etílica, siempre hemos querido probar los cócteles que sirven, pero nos da un poco de miedo. ¿Podrías pedirte alguno y decirnos si merece la pena? Por una copa en el Owl's Nest, hermanos Wolfhouse. Y te dan premio. Cuenta vieja, te la echa polvo. Bueno, sí, cuenta vieja, cuenta reluciente. Vale, de momento no voy a aceptar ninguna. Sabiendo que aquí en la oficina del sheriff hay misiones secundarias, son otro tipo de misiones secundarias, para que nos den, bueno, pues ciertos objetos. Me imagino que servirán para ir a la tienda del espejo, la tienda esa esotérica, y poder crear, bueno, mejorar a nuestro personaje o las armas que llevamos. En este caso la Caimanator, la pistola. Pero bueno, de momento yo creo que no voy a aceptar ninguna. Según vaya pasando la historia, a lo mejor, y solo a lo mejor, acepto alguna y la voy haciendo. Pero yo creo que ahora mismo lo que más nos interesa es hacer la misión principal. Bueno, el otro día hice, si os acordáis, la misión de las válvulas de la ducha, pero porque ya habéis visto que cuando pasa un tiempo sin ducharnos, al final nos acaban saliendo moscas y apestamos. Entonces, pues era una misión, aunque era secundaria, pero una misión que me apetecía hacer. Para poder cambiarnos de traje, dormir un poco, bueno, etcétera, etcétera. Pero el resto de misiones, si no son necesarias de momento, no las voy a hacer. Voy a ir haciendo las principales. Y a lo mejor entre medias de una principal y otra puede, y solo puede, que haga alguna secundaria. Pero si no, yo creo que a lo mejor entrarnos en las principales. Vale. Entonces tenemos que ir a la habitación, claro. ¿Qué es M21? Sí, vale, va, está aquí al lado. Está muy cerquita. Está muy cerquita el hotel de la comisaría. No sé cómo andaremos de cansancio, la verdad. Ahora lo miro. Ahora cuando entremos al hotel, nos metemos en el inventario y ahí ya sabéis que viene el cansancio y el hambre. Vale. Inventario. Vale, vamos bien. Un poquito de hambre tenemos, tal vez, un poco de sueño, pero nada, muy poquito. No llega ni a la mitad de la barra. Vale, vamos a la habitación. No, aquí. Por el otro lado. Vale, sí, aquí en diagrama, claro. Revisar.
Zach, let's go over our progress. We've got a complicated case on our hands this time, especially as far as the Clarksons' relationships go. But in a way, it's also a simple one. Understanding them on a deeper level is the most efficient way to uncover the truth behind all this. That's the one thing I'm sure of.
Actualiza el diagrama.
Zach, let's start with the people who were closest to the victim.
Las personas más cercanas a la víctima. Su madre. Y...
Lise Clarkson, the victim, is the granddaughter of the current head of the Clarkson family.
Sí, vale.
Her mother is Galena, an ex-actress, and Lise clearly inherited her beauty. Except for her eyes, that is. Lisa's eye is that of her father's. Now, do you remember who Lise Clarkson's father is?
Sí, le vimos en... Danny Clarkson. Yo creo que era Danny Clarkson, aunque ahí pone PJ.
That's right. Lisa's father is Danny Clarkson. His real name is Daniel E. Clarkson. He's from Florida and used to be the CEO of a talent agency. Danny struck the heart of Galena and successfully became a member of the esteemed Clarkson family. Despite being the son-in-law, he acts like he was born a Clarkson. But he's still just the son-in-law. Next comes what happened to Lise. According to Alexis, Lise said that the man was as tall. I believe that's the same 10-foot tall giant who made the fingerprints we found in the cold storage warehouse. Now, what did this man do to Lise prior to her murder?
La invitó a ir al bar de jazz, le quitó su copa de helado, la acosaba, la invitó a ir al bar de jazz.
No, that's not it, Zach.
¿No?
Lisa's mother, Galena, is the one who always took her to the jazz bar.
Cierto.
I don't think our giant is that much of a gentleman.
La acosaba. De verdad, la acosaba. Cierto, la acosaba.
Yes, that's it, Zach. The man as tall as an oak tree followed Lisa around and watched her. Despite his towering stature, he must have been rather shy. Or perhaps he was merely biding his time and planned to kidnap her from the very start. If that's the case, there should have been some evidence left at the scene of the crime. Zach, we're still missing some puzzle pieces.
O simplemente puede que ese hombre gigantesco estuviese enamorado de ella, de la chica, y se llevase el cadáver para que no la mancillasen más. Por ejemplo, no lo sé, se me ocurre.
Speaking of the scene of the crime, I did some profiling in the plantation's control room. The truth it revealed to us was nauseating and horrific.
Cierto.
But we need to touch upon it if we wish to proceed. Isn't that right, Zach? Who actually murdered Lise Clarkson?
La madre. Fue la madre, Galena Clarkson.
Yes, that's right.
Sí.
Lisa's own mother killed her.
Cierto.
While she was dreaming about some bizarre new world. This is by far the vilest and ugliest crime we've ever seen.
Cierto, estaba convencida de que iba a ascender a una especie de plano astral en el nuevo mundo y sería la repera.
The fact that Galena set up her daughter's body at an altar makes this case even more complicated. Remember, not a single sacrificial human murder has ever been proven and documented in all of American history. The real world is far more complex than what we see in film, and sacrificing a human life for something else is no easy task. In conclusion, Zach, through our investigation, we found one character who sticks out more than anyone else. You know exactly who I'm thinking about, don't you? We'll need to have a word with her in the near future. Who's the stylish woman we saw during the profile?
Ah, la señora R. La profesora R. La profesora R, la profesora L, la profesora R. Da igual a que elijas, es la misma.
Professor R. We haven't met her yet, but she's deeply intertwined with this case. Let's wait for the skeletal gentleman to guide us to her with an oracle. Well, Zach, what do you think? The people here are just as warm as the weather, and the food might be nice to move down here after I retire. What, still too early to talk about that? You may be right. After all, this case has only just begun.
Hostia, tenemos 600 y pico pavos ya, Vale. Pues ya hemos hecho el diagrama. Me imagino que ahora tocará ir al bar de jazz. Que creo que es... Bueno, era regentado por la madre. Por la madre de Liz, de la chica. Supongo, no lo sé. Todo lo estoy diciendo por decir. Por lo mismo tenemos que volver a la comisaría para hablar con Melvin. Pero bueno, ya lo averiguaremos. Curioso el caso. Curioso, la verdad. Todo muy turbio, sin duda. Ya solamente el hecho de que una madre asesine a su hija, porque se crea que yo qué sé, que se va a convertir en un ser súper poderoso, ya es que es demencia.
Galena can't be the killer. They're making
Sí,
all this
sí lo es,
shit
sí.
up.
Sí, es la asesina, sí. ¿Ese? ¿Ese quién es? El patriarca.
If what you say is true, Daniel, how do you plan to prove it? It's
Hace una
nearly
especie
been a
de
century
Solid
since
Snake,
the
¿verdad?
Clarksons first took control of Lucare. 100 years. I always thought my legacy would live on for 300 at least.
I'm gonna find the real killer and beat the living dog shit out of him.
Yet it looks to me like times have changed. We ain't in the good old days no more. You understand me, boy.
Yes, sir. I'm right there with you, Paul. I'm gonna continue what you started, sir, and make the Clarkson family strong again. But first, I need to find whoever really killed Lise and bash their fucking brains in.
I saw this coming. Ever since the day Lenny left home, the town of Lucare has been
Lenny?
cursed. We can't stop what's happening now. It's too late. It's beyond me. No. It's beyond the minds of anyone who comes from the olden days. You understand me now, boy?
Yes, sir. Believe me, I do. I'll kill him. Just leave everything to me, Paul.
Are you serious about this?
Yes, sir. Right hand of God. Look right in my eyes. I ain't lying. I'm serious. I just need you to make some troops, sir. We need retribution right now. That's the job I've been given, and I intend to do it.
Well then, let me ask you one more time. Are you serious about this?
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm a Clarkson, and all Clarksons have a job to do. Isn't that what we always say?
Mm-hmm. Then I'll need an arm.
Yeah. What?
Well now, you want to use my troops, I'm gonna need to know whether or not you're really serious about this. Just one arm. Slide it on through that wire there, and it'll take care of it for you.
Paul, I mean, you're joking, right?
Daniel, have I ever told you a single joke?
No, but...
If you want to become a real Clarkson, then you done got yourself a job to do.
Wait, Paul, I get it now. You want me to stick it in and then pull it out at the last minute, right? You want to see if I got guts or not, but there's gonna be another way. You can't be serious, sir. Hey, knock it off, you assholes! Let me go! He's just joking with me. Let me go, goddammit! Oh, please, sir, don't do this! Just tell me this is a joke, please!
I am a Clarkson. And no matter how our fortune falls, all Clarksons have a job to do. That be the law of this land.
Toma ya, en calzoncillos. Ole. Uy, colega, joder con el patriarca. Uf. Un mafioso auténtico, vamos, pero auténtico. Que lo estoy viendo, tío, que no tiene sentido ninguno. Tocar ahí... ¿Qué era? ¿El saxofón? No me he fijado ni en el instrumento que estaba tocando. Tampoco que me haya fijado. Que la leche. Es súper extraño, en serio. Vale, vale, sí. Capítulo 1, fin de capítulo. Vale, perfecto. Ya está. Guardar. Sí, aquí en bar, bueno. Vale, perfecto. Vale, pues ya hemos terminado el capítulo 1. Bueno. Hostia. Muy fuerte, lo de...
You can hear me, right?
Lo del
I'll be
patriarca.
with you soon.
Francis
I'm not
Morgan.
sad. Honestly, I can't wait. It's all I think about lately. I mean, we'll be together again. We'll get to discuss movies and food again. Everyone around here has bad taste. They don't understand things the way we do. It's a shitty world filled with shitty people. Oh, that reminds me. There are movie theaters and restaurants over there, right? As soon as I get there, let's go grab some peanut butter hamburgers and yogurt smoothies. I'm so
¿Hamburguesa con mantequilla de
excited,
cacahuete? ¿En
York.
serio? Uf. Estos americanos, macho, le ponen mantequilla de cacahuete a todo.
Please, York, don't rush me. You just need to wait a bit longer. I still have one job left to do. I need to finish it. I have to. Or else I'd never be able to face you. Just give me a little more time, okay?
...2019... Thompsonville, afueras de Boston, Massachusetts. Otra vez en la habitación.
So, Lisa's mother, Galena Clarkson, confessed to murdering Lisa.
A ver, antes de continuar con el interrogatorio a Francis Zack Morgan, por lo que me ha parecido ver en la escena anterior de Zack Morgan caminando entre ese montón de hojas, me da la impresión de que después de que al final del primer juego Zack, el alter ego de York, como que se hace con el poder, por así decirlo, se hace con el cuerpo de Francis, como que vence a York, por así decirlo. Son la misma persona, pero bueno, como que se antepone para darse a conocer como Francis Zack Morgan. Me da la impresión de que York lo que quiere es volver a salir otra vez, tomar el control, y Zack le está diciendo que se espere para terminar de atar cabos sueltos en el caso este, o en este interrogatorio. No sé, es la impresión que me da. Vale, lo averiguaremos, seguro, vamos. Pero joder, es curioso, mola.
But then
me gusta.
immediately afterwards, she went insane. So you had no choice but to detain her.
Vale.
What a terribly convenient story. You were the first person to find the suspect hiding at a farm on the edge of town. And you even got her to confess to the crime. Did anyone else get a chance to hear Galina's confession?
Only us.
How did you even find that shack in the first place?
El oráculo. El oráculo se lo dijo.
Metaphysical offender profiling.
Meta what? Should I know this word?
Metaphysical offender. The term appears 6 times in the Lucare report and 14 times in the 2010 Greenvale report. As long as you're solving cases, the people in charge don't really care what sort of words you use. But we're different. You utilized a highly abnormal method to instantly hone in on a suspect. Then you again. And every time you used it, one term kept appearing in your files. Mr. Morgan, would you mind explaining to us what this term means?
But no matter what words we used, you'd never be able to understand. You see, it doesn't pertain. Come, my fairy. Stop hiding back there and give them the explanation they so desire. What? You're too shy?
Mr. Morgan? Mr. Morgan!
Come on out. Don't be afraid.
Is that all you have to say? Don't I know you and the Clarkson share a deeper connection. Much deeper than how it appears on the surface. I need to shake him with something else that's directly connected to the... I'm gonna jog his memory by force.
Vale, volvemos otra vez a la investigación de la habitación, vamos. Al detalle. Montón de cartas antiguas. Revisar.
Those letters look very old. The postmark suggests they were sent out from Louisiana.
Desde Louisiana. Y además lleva el símbolo de la libélula del encargo.
I suspect Dragonfly mark belongs to the Clarkson family.
So what if it does?
A stalker has been harassing Patricia Clarkson for... Did you know about this? Constant silent phone calls. She also spotted a suspicious figure lurking near her mansion several times. And her employees spotted a strange figure lurking in the vicinity. The day someone else coincidentally used your alias and traveled to Louisiana.
That's very intriguing.
Lise Clarkson also reported being harassed by a stalker just before you're aware of this, correct? Because I didn't find any mention of it in your report.
No direct connection to the case. That's what we must have thought.
The visionary lies to himself, the liar only to others. Which are you?
That's enough for now. This all has nothing to do with the case. Besides, there's no evidence that proves those letters are from her. Isn't that right, my fairy?
¿Qué ocultas, Francis, tío? ¿Qué ocultas? Es muy extraño todo esto. Caso Greenvale, fotografía de Liz congelada.
Mr. Morgan, according to you, at the beginning of this case, the victim's body was being stored in the warehouse on... Is that the truth? They really put her body there alongside food and other perishables?
It's in the report.
No. The report only says it was stored using the most effective and shockingly inhuman method possible.
If you can think of a better phrase, we're all ears.
The report isn't wrong, you know. In fact, that might actually be the most accurate. It's precise, and it's also kinda poetic.
Wow, Simon. We never would have taken you for a poet.
You two think this is a joke? Lise Clarkson's body was discovered in that cold storage warehouse after 14 long years. If you'd only done a proper investigation, we probably would have found her much sooner. That poor girl.
We still regret the fact that we never got to meet her. We're sorry, from the bottoms of our heart.
I only hope it didn't happen that way by design.
Will you comfort me? Thank you, my fairy.
I knew it wouldn't go that easily.
Vale.
Maybe I should try asking my questions in a different... I could use Agent Jones here.
¿Así? ¿Cómo? Vale, primero. Ventana detrás de Zack. Esto ya lo vimos, pero bueno, por mirarlo otra vez no perdemos nada.
It's bugging you, isn't it, Aaliyah?
Huh? What?
I get it. It's bugging me too. It's even got my heart racing a little.
¿Qué?
I mean, look at this. Nothing but DVDs.
Lola X. También ve porno.
Not a single
¿por qué no?
Blu-ray in sight. Just pure, unadulterated DVDs.
Bueno, le gusta lo clásico al hombre. Formato
He's got
clásico.
VHS tapes too.
Más clásico aún imposible. Mira, Spaceball.
I don't even have a VHS player in my house anymore. Whoa, look at this. Check it out. This one's got a lot of pizza in it, remember?
You're not wrong,
Cierto.
Simon. There's a very large quantity of pizza in that film. 1987, directed by Mel Brooks.
Sí,
The
señor.
version on that
Pizza
tape
Hut.
is the one we recorded back when you could catch it on cable TV.
Serious? Damn, Morgan, that's incredible. You're really living the dream, man.
I hope you both haven't forgotten that this conversation is also being recorded.
Sí, venga, tío. Cíñate al caso, anda. Bajo. Que se te va la flapa. Vale, ventanas detrás de Zack.
This is a nice building. Layout isn't bad either. Whew. Must be rather expensive to rent a place like this in Boston. How many other rooms are there in this apartment? That room over there, your bedroom?
Why so curious, Belle? It almost sounds as if you're... Aside from the hardware shop on the first floor, every apartment in this building has the exact same layout. We're well aware that you studied the layout of this apartment before you came to see us. There's no need to act so roundabout. Just be honest. Say it.
Well then,
Doesn't mean
No.
we'll let you see it, though.
Claro. No te va a dejar, lógicamente. Inquietud de Simon. Mira, ya no me aparece el caso de Greenvale.
Agent Jones. Are you paying attention? Or do you intend to waste Mr. Morgan's precious time?
No, sorry. I'm just a little tired. I'm listening.
Take your hand out of your pocket. Didn't they teach you any manners at Quantico?
Oh, right. Guess they slipped my mind. My bad. I'm actually kinda nervous. I'm not used to this sort of thing. Data analysis is my specialty, you know. I'm sure I'd be able to calm down a bit if I had some pizza, though.
¿Pero qué acción tienes ahí, hijo mío? Si solo estás haciendo un interrogatorio. A un tío que está enfermo, además. Eso sí, es más listo que tú, pero está enfermo.
The FBI needs to do something about their lack of personnel.
Sí.
I'll have to... But how should I start? Maybe I should look back over the files and...
Vale, caso Le Carré. No hay más. ¿No? Sí. La lámpara del techo. Vale. ¿Que hay una bolera arriba?
Just the usual around here. No need.
The usual?
Yes. A strange person lives up. Every now and then, he makes noise.
¿Ruido?
What's strange about him?
Several years ago, a woman was murdered upstairs. Her husband still lives there.
Yikes.
He's ex-BPD, and apparently he's still, but it seems like they cut all support for the investigation. The team on the case wanted to keep working on it, but the suits wouldn't hear of it.
Hostia, qué putada.
A tale as old as time. Due to his situation, perhaps, he's been made like you just heard.
You never noticed anything, Agent Jones.
Well, I did hear some loud noises but I didn't think they were real noises coming from upstairs. I mean,
Vaya
look at it.
policía. Vaya policía tú, este. ¿Y tú eres analista?
It's not like he's reacting to the noise. He always just went about his as usual for all the years. So I just figured it was coming from the TV.
Pues me imagino que después de tantos años habrá acostumbrado al ruido.
You
Por
really
eso no
amaze me
reaccionaba.
sometimes.
Vale, ahora sí, ahora... A ver, mantén pulsado L. Vale. Sí, el caso le carrera más.
After you arrested Galena Clarkson, you had a run-in with the Clarksons. At least that's what it says in the report. What exactly happened there?
Just a simple run-in, that's all. Nothing but a single phenomenon. Chasing hollow instances like that won't lead you closer to the truth. Truth doesn't work like that.
A hollow phenomenon, which resulted in a mountain of corpses.
Oh, Belle. We think we finally understand what you're trying to say. But don't be so voracious. How about we've still got a long way to go, you know? Yes. It's coarsely ground, so no more, no less. Next, the coffee travels from the funnel. Simon, normally you only do surveillance, hiding microphones and cameras, sifting through garbage. Why? You'll do whatever it takes to gather data in order to prevent crimes. That's how the FBI works.
Well, yeah, you're right. No reason in hiding it now, I guess. Why do you
Ya, la
ask?
cocina no la hemos investigado.
Our Southern Belle has
no creo que haya
adopted a
mucho
very
que investigar.
peculiar MO. It's almost like she...
¿En serio?
You've been watching us this entire time. From that window.
I don't need to answer that question.
You came here on New Year's Eve, then spent 49 hours watching us until you observed us the entire time, and you only ate once. Some pizza. Aside from that, you never drank any water or relieved yourself. You have visions, too. You came here solely to hear us talk, but then why bother watching us for over 2 days? You didn't come to talk with us. You came because you wanted to see this apartment with your own eyes, and because you're already convinced of something. Isn't that right? He who fights with monsters should see to it that he himself does not become a monster. And if you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss also gazes into you.
But I...
Oh, coffee. Thank you, my fairy. If you hadn't been paying attention, this coffee would have... The pus in our brains. It really... didn't remember.
El café. Se ha adicto al café, este. Además solía ver, cada vez que se tomaba una taza de café, solía ver, no sé, algo sobre el futuro en la forma en la que se
What the
dibujaba
Christ?
la espuma del café.
This is friggin' delicious. I thought I was gonna shit myself for a second there. Come on, Aaliyah, take a sip. Trust me. I'm not...
It's better than any coffee I've ever tasted.
Of course it is. Coffee is a sacred drink. Coffee saved us. If not for its oracle, we would be on the other side right now. So I never forget to pay my respects to coffee, especially at critical moments like this.
Big black cumulonimbus clouds are in the sky.
Cumulonimbus negros, joder.
That sound. Thunder snow is coming.
Tenemos la ventana, otra vez la fotografía y ya está, tormenta eléctrica.
Do you hear that thunder?
We're in Massachusetts. That's the...
Well, I'm not used to the cold. If possible, I'd like to finish this up before we get stuck in a snowstorm. Agent Jones, after we're done here, Agent Jones, is something that... Snap out of it.
Otra vez con las manos en los bolsillos.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I know.
Do you? Then stop daydreaming.
Okay.
You just what?
My stomach's been letting some thunder loose, too.
Bueno.
Thunder?
Sí, que se está cagando.
That coffee.
It what? We don't have all day here.
Que quiere ir al baño a hacer de vientre. Ya
The
está.
coffee was just so good,
Excuse me? What is wrong with you? Now is really not the time for this.
right door at the end of the hallway.
Thanks, pal. Hold on. You can...
Joder, Simon, tío. Eres patético, tío. De verdad, patético.
We promise you, we did not put laxatives in the coffee. Coffee is a sacred drink, remember?
There's no doubt that the report omitted information linking Morgan to the Clarksons. I need to get him to confess. Oh, yeah. There's a secret weapon in Agent Jones's briefcase.
Maletín de Sai, revisar. Ay, no me fijas si había algo más. Ni me cojo.
Have you ever seen this before? And please, don't say no.
¿Qué es? Son... lo diré.
Sun Rouge,
Bueno, puntos...
the drug we once chased. What about it?
Sang Rouge is still circulating. It's changed shape and its composition is slightly different now, but it's still very much alive.
Hostia, bueno, me voy a fijar la bolsa, tío.
But only in a
Había
very
visto
limited
números
part of
y
Louisiana.
una especie de coordenada.
You aren't surprised? Did
La zona concreta de Luisiana, de Carré.
Copies of another drug being circulated isn't exactly a rare.
But Sang Rouge is special. The inimitable Enigma powder. It has many names, and no one was ever able to copy it. We've also been trying to figure out what it's made from ever since it appeared. But it's impossible to analyze. After all, it appears to be made from common ingredients that can be found anywhere. But if you try to use those ingredients, all you'll end up with is a mundane hallucinogen like DMT. No. Sang Rouge requires the original recipe, which someone who survived the incident in Le Carré.
Él. Hierba de Zack. Un montón de cartas antiguas. Es que no sé si vamos a averiguar algo con las cartas, tío. Y lo de la hierba, es que ya se lo dijimos, ya hablamos de la hierba con él. Vamos a ver de la hierba.
Mr. Morgan, I heard that did you ever wonder if it was the reason you contracted your illness? Nothing. I'm just personally curious about it.
Sometimes people die in car accidents. Other times they slip on their bathroom floors and crack open their heads.
I'm not concerned with statistics. I'm just curious about you. Right here, right now.
We switched over from nicotine to this. It's less addictive. That's
Perhaps. If we're talking about withdrawal symptoms or physical dependencies. But it still seems like you're smoking too much at once. Honestly, it looks to me like you have a mental dependency.
maybe. But so...
Surely you know about gateway drugs, yes? When a person starts to use one drug, it becomes much easier for them to branch out and try other drugs as well. The first drug acts as the gateway that leads them to stronger substances.
Oh.
Cierto.
Are you trying to say that's going to...
No. I'm simply saying there's a possibility.
Vale, las cartas. Porque no hay nada más.
Immediately after they found Lisa's body, I went to go see Patricia. In order to interrogate her, of course.
So you told us.
But I was unable to meet with her.
She refused to speak with you, didn't she? That's so like her.
No, she didn't get the chance to. You see, she's gone missing.
What?
To put it more accurately, no one's seen her since the afternoon of the 28th. According to her employees, she shut herself up in her room for several months before she disappeared. But since that sort of thing happened often, they didn't think anything of it. On the morning of New Year's Eve, they noticed her window was open, and when they went up to check on her, she was gone. But no one knows how long her window had been open for. This is just my hypothesis, but on December 28th, a strange man visited Le Carré and was spotted near her mansion. That man must have found some way to lure Patricia into his car, the '89 Cadillac that he bought used. Then, the two of them drove north to Trenton where they boarded a train to Boston. They would have arrived here around midnight on the 29th, or perhaps early morning on the 30th. I believe this man is the same Billy Bishop whose name was previously recorded by the airline. So, what do you think of my guess? I'd love to hear your opinion as a former FBI special agent.
Now we get it. We aren't persons of interest. We're the suspects. But what about our alibi?
What alibi?
I've had enough of your bullshit. You expect me to believe you haven't taken a single step out of this room? That Agent Jones is your witness? Surveillance cameras can easily be tampered with, especially by someone like you, who knows all about how the FBI works.
You're possessed by death. Go and take a look at your own face in the mirror. You look like the Grim Reaper. After you visited both Le Carré and Greenvale, you left a mountain of corpses in your wake. You can make all the excuses you want. I'm immune to them. Right here, right now, I want to know everything. You tell me the truth.
Yes! You're good, Belle. Damn good. You're brimming with potential. Don't you think she's the perfect partner for our last dance? What do you say, my fairy? Don't you agree? She's good. So good. What do you want to know? We've got nothing to hide. Go on. Question us. This is how it's got to be. Doesn't this remind you of something? You know what I mean, my fairy.
Joder, la verdad es que parece un muerto viviente, colega, ¿eh? Uf, tiene un careto que da miedito. Vale, volvemos a Le Carré. Parece. ...2005... Le Carré, Luisiana. Sí, señor. Volvemos a Le Carré. Oficina del sheriff. Melvin. Otro gato.
Son of
Ah.
How did this happen in my town? God damn it!
Así que ha parecido muerta al final. La
The
asesina.
head and limbs were severed and lined
La
up,
asesina de Liz.
according to the lines that were drawn with her blood.
Hostia, la han
Just like
descuartizado,
migratory
tío.
birds flying systematically across the sky.
Joder.
Hey, Zach, what do you think this means?
They're severed roots.
Severed roots?
This is the way the Clarksons kill someone when they want to cut him off from the family.
And how do you know about this?
Everyone in town knows about it. They're just too scared to talk.
What does the V stand for, then?
Beats me. What, you think I know everything now?
Vilitatio. It means quarrel in Latin. That's what the V stands for.
Latin. Intriguing, isn't it, Zach? There are no defense wounds on the corpse. In other words, Galena showed no signs of resistance when she was amputated. But, strangely enough, there are small traces of subcutaneous bleeding around the wounded areas. That's a vital reaction, which means she couldn't have been dead.
You mean...
Yes, that's right, Patty. Galena was amputated while she was still alive, and she never resisted.
Is that even possible?
It certainly isn't impossible. For example, if she was put to sleep with a drug, or if she desired the amputation herself.
Why would she ever desire that?
Mr. York, I'm sorry, but there ain't no way that could have happened.
How can you be sure of that, Melvin? Our world contains phenomena that could never be explained with logic. This is especially true for phenomena in which humans are involved. Do you really think all the facets of love and hate can be explained with logic?
Well, no, I don't reckon I do. Yeah, might be too early to rule out those possibilities, just like you say.
Zach, now we truly know just how deeply the Clarksons are involved with this. Patty, how long does it take to reach the Clarkson estate?
Just a short drive. You just gotta head west along the Mississippi. You can't miss it.
Got it. Thank you, Patty. By the way, Melvin, no matter how accelerated Patty may be, don't you think she's still a bit too young to see something like this?
Eso
For
mismo
the
estaba
record,
pensando yo.
I have no intent to instruct others on how to raise their children, but
Holy moly, you're right! Patricia, CLG! Come on, sweetie. Kids shouldn't have to see stuff like this.
Daddy, it's too late now.
Eso digo yo. Joder, macho. Qué desastre de padre, tío, el Melvin este. Es un desastre de padre y de poli. Vale, cortar de reír. Indaga... No va a tiempo a leerlo. Indaga sobre la relación entre los Clarkson y el asesinato de Galena en las celdas de la oficina del sheriff. En la oficina. O sea que hay que subir a indagar. Vamos a hablar con estos primero. A ver qué nos dicen.
You sure you okay, C?
I'm fine. Besides, I'm used to seeing stuff like that on CSI. You're the one who
Igualitos.
looks pale, Daddy.
Well, it did shake me up a little. But sorry about that. What say we rest in the interrogation room till we all...
Sure thing, Daddy. I'm gonna go sit with Daddy for a bit, Agent. We can join back up later.
Vale, pues se han ido. O sea que tengo que pasar a mirar las celdas. Bueno, gente, pues ¿qué os parece si dejamos aquí el capítulo? Y ya en el siguiente pues nos metemos a indagar en las celdas, a ver si podemos encontrar qué es lo que le pasó a Galena Clarkson. A ver quién la pudo llegar a matar. Si fue otro Clarkson, que ya nos quedan pocos, nos queda el marido Y no sé yo, porque ya habéis visto que se ha quedado sin brazo. O el padre, el patriarca. Creo que no hay más. O algún secuaz de la familia que ha enviado por el patriarca. No lo sé. O puede que incluso la profesora R. Pero bueno, como digo, lo investigaremos o lo averiguaremos o intentaremos averiguarlo en el siguiente capítulo de este muy divertido, por lo menos para mí, de este muy divertido y entretenido Deadly Premonition. Así que pues nada, espero que os haya gustado el vídeo. Ya sabéis que me gusta sobre todo cuando estamos en la zona del apartamento de Francis Zack Morgan, intentar averiguar todo lo posible, intentar darle a revisar a todas y cada una de las pistas que nos revelan, que nos dan para, pues eso, para averiguar todo lo posible acerca del caso del Carré, que por lo visto tiene también algo de relación con el caso de Green Bay, que es el caso del primer Deadly Premonition. Así que bueno, pues me repito otra vez. Espero que os haya gustado el vídeo, espero que os haya gustado el capítulo y ya sabéis, like y favoritos en él, dislikes no, perdón, comentarios por supuesto los que queráis y nos vemos en el siguiente capítulo de Deadly Premonition 2. Un saludo chicos, cuidaros y sed felices. Chao.